I will present our screen up here real quick. So hello and welcome back again. Can everybody see my screen? Could you give me a thumbs up if you can see it? Perfect. Awesome. So today we're doing environmental engineering for those who were joining us yesterday and then some new faces today. So we're very excited. And we're actually just going to jump right into it today. I'm Joelle. I'm here in Madison. Just quick introduction.
Sorry, I'm Alyssa. I'm here working at the extension office at Waukesha County Courthouse.
So yeah, so we'll just give you this quick video background about what is environmental engineering and kind of go through some of the basic stuff. And let me know if you can hear this volume on here as well when it starts going.
Hey engineers, welcome to the GSK Science in the Summer Environmental Engineering Research Team. I'm Rachel, a scientist at the Franklin Institute, and I'm so glad you're joining us. We're going to need your help solving an engineering problem. What does it mean to be an environmental engineer? Let's start with the name. What does the word environmental make you think of? Our environment is everything around us. Land, air, water, plants, animals, and even other people. I wonder what that tells us about what environmental engineers do. Here's a picture of environmental engineers at work. What do you see? What do you think the engineers are doing? Great observations. You might have noticed that they're standing near a river, and it seems like they're looking at a plan or a drawing. So, putting all those clues together, what do you think environmental engineering is all about? Right! Environmental engineers solve problems to protect the environment. That means they look for places where people might be harming the air, or the land, or living things, and find ways to make it better. Environmental engineers might make tools that check for pollution in the air. They might design a system to clean drinking water and deliver it to people's homes. Or they might find better ways to remove harmful chemicals from the soil to keep plants and animals healthy. As part of our environmental engineering research team, you'll be working on a project about water. Here's the...
All right, so that's just a really quick introduction. You will definitely learn more about environmental engineering as we go through our presentation today. But Alyssa, you want to take it away with our task?
Yeah, all right. So now we're going to talk about our task and what we are doing today. So basically, again, you guys are working for a city government, and so you're going to make sure that public spaces like parks and playgrounds are safe for people to use. The city wants to build a new playground on a hillside, but they are worried that when heavy rainstorms come, rainwater will run down the hill and flood the park. So your job is to design a stormwater system that will keep rainwater from the top of the hill away from the rest of the park.
All right, so now we're going to kind of see what you guys know and can kind of help brainstorm stuff together. So if we have our park and if we have lots of heavy rain, why would we need to think about a rainwater system? Why can't we just say, you know, we have our park, we're just going to let it rain and let things happen? Yep, it does mean diverting the water, Michael. Diverting the water, Michael. You're exactly right. So why might we want to divert the water? Why do we not want, if we see these pictures, why don't we want our parks to, you know, have all that water there? So feel free to either unmute, raise your hand, type in the chat. Just kind of a open question. I'll give you a couple more seconds to type some things in if you guys are typing them. Yep, it can definitely cause flooding, which can destroy the property. You are definitely right. Either rust or even just, you know, taking off parts of it where it's not, you know, it could get unsafe. So we don't want kids to play on our parks if it's dangerous. Yep, with the wood chips. And that's another good point of, you know, if we have any wood chips or any like bacteria type things in the water. Sometimes when water is sitting like that, it can develop bacteria, which is definitely unsafe for your health or for all the, if kids are playing around in that. Because sitting water like this is different from moving water like a river, because the sitting water can definitely develop all those bacteria that we don't want. So those are some great observations. So basically, we want to make sure that if we're building a park, we want to know what we can do to avoid as much of this kind of flooding around our park as possible. So does everybody have their lab notebooks that they had from yesterday? Otherwise, they're in those yellow bags that you got in your kit. And so you can see Alyssa's holding it up there. And you can, once you get it, you can open to page 12. And on page 12, it asks, what does our system need to have and do? So we'll take a couple seconds if you can jot down some of your ideas that we were talking about in the chat. So if we're trying to make a system that diverts the water away from our playground, what are some things that it might need to have or do? So we'll give you a couple seconds to jot that down. Get your thoughts out.
I think it would be smart to have rain gutters.
Definitely. What page?
It's on
Page 12.
12.
Definitely. Do you guys know, like on the side of your house, a lot of times you have gutters, or in like in the streets, those there's like little dips down on the road, and you have those grates, so you can have water run off into the sewer, or just away from what you're building, so you can get the water to the outside. So definitely.
All right. Does anyone want to share anything that they wrote down of what they think their system needs to have and do? You guys can unmute yourself. Or if not, you can type it in the chat, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Possibly more sewers, so the water can flow much better on the ground. Because
Definitely.
when it floods, it overfloods the sewer.
Yeah, for sure.
Or elevations of the ground. For
You're right.
example, if you put like a house on top of the hill, you need to elevate the water so it can go down into the sewer.
Definitely. Good observations. I'm seeing Michael is putting something about a dam to block the water. Great idea. That would definitely keep the water away from our park and kind of divert it to other directions and stopping it. So great job, guys.
Okay.
So now Alyssa's going to go through some of our supplies. So I'm going to take this down and she'll hold stuff up. So this is where, if you don't have your kits, you should grab all your kits and all your supplies real quick, and then we'll go through them together.
All right. So while I say everything, if you guys want to hold it all up with me, just so I know that you have it all. So first, what we need, this is our big thing that we need, is we need our paint tray. So everyone can pull up their paint tray. See that we got it. All right. Okay, so then second we're gonna need is a small plastic cup. Okay, and now we need our modeling clay, the Play-Doh. Perfect. All right, and now we're gonna need our wooden sticks right here. All right, perfect. And now we're going to need the pieces of cardboard. And don't worry if you use some from yesterday's session, it's fine. Okay, and now we're going to need our cotton balls. They should have been in the envelope from yesterday, the white envelope. And then the tape, the roll of tape. And then, of course, your lab notebook that you were just writing in. And then make sure to have a pen or a pencil. And then the tin foil. All All right, awesome. And then these clear rocks, they were also in the envelope. Yeah, okay. All right, and then so just like yesterday, you're gonna need 2 books. So if they're just like this or anything, or even yesterday, someone used blocks, like wooden blocks, that would work as well. Just 2 books from around your house. And then also if you can have scissors again as well, make sure safety first. And then the last thing that you're gonna need is you're going to need some water. So if you have this cup or that you got in the kit or any other cup, if you can just fill it up with some water, that would be perfect. So I'll give you guys a quick minute if you want to go get some water really quick or grab the supplies that you need. If you have any questions, you can ask. And then also, like yesterday, I'd really appreciate, I'm going to put my email in here. Again, if you guys could send a picture to me of what you build in the end, that would be really awesome. So I'm going to enter my email in here right now, and then I'll do it again at the end of the session. All right, is everyone good? If you're good, give me a big thumbs up. Yeah. All right, perfect.
All right, so then I'm going to share here again. And so we're just going to show you kind of the basics of, how we're going to set up our what do you call it? Our rainwater system. And how we're going to do it is we have this video. It's not a very long video. You can kind of work with it at the same time if you want to set up as well while we're doing it in the video. Otherwise, if you just want to wait and just watch the whole video and do it at the end, whatever you're most comfortable with is all good with us. So you'll have plenty of time to set it up so you don't need to feel rushed if it goes a little fast. But as always, give me a thumbs up if you can see it and hear it. All good if it's playing.
Hi everyone. To be environmental engineers, first we have to set up our park. What we will start with is taking our 2 books and stacking them together. This will represent making our hill, so we have up high one side. Then we're going to take our paint tray, which represents our park, and we're going to take the large side that collects all the water and have it setting on the ground, and have the short side up on the book. This way, it'll make a hill for our park. Next, what we will do is we will take our little cup that we'll put a little piece of tape on. What the tape does is it'll make a marker for our water. This way, every time we fill up the cup, we make sure that it goes to the same line every time. So we will always fill up the cup with water to the amount of the tape. So what we'll do is we'll take our pitcher and we will fill our little cup up with water. And we'll make sure it goes to the same line every time there at the top of the tape. This water represents our rainstorm. So what we'll do is we'll go back and forth over the paint tray to represent rain coming down on our park. Make sure to observe where the water runs, what patterns it takes, and any other thing to note when we're making our rainwater system. Then we're going to try it again so we can make sure that we have all accurate data. So take your cup and fill it up to the same line as before. Then you can go ahead and make another rainwater storm and have it go back and forth and keep observing where the water runs and how it travels. Now we are ready to design our rainwater system.
All right, if everyone can do me a favor, and if you guys are able to tilt your camera down, just so I can see what is going on.
Hi everyone.
All right, awesome. So does everyone have that set up? So we have the 2 books, our 2 books stacked on top of each other, and we have our paint tray, and then we have the big bottom on the end. So we have it tilted down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our clear cup and then we were gonna put the tape so we can make a marker. I have mine just like this. I have it set and then I just pour the water into there. And then I pour it into the tray back and forth. And I did that twice. So while you're doing that, you want to look for an observation and see what's going on with the water. You want to see if the water is going straight down, is it rushing to the sides, what's going on. So does everyone have their setup? If you give me a big thumbs up. All right. So what oh,
Sorry.
you're good.
So you guys can actually, you guys can take multiple tries and you can kind of put your water in your rainwater system and make those observation of where that water goes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna pour my water into the line, the tape line, and I'm gonna pour it back and forth. And I'm just observing what's going on. Where's the water going? How is it going down? And then so after doing that a couple times, I want you guys to go to your lab notebook. And if you go to page 13, real quick, I want you just to jot down, where does the water go? Like I said, where are you observing it? Is it rushing down the middle? Is it rushing down the left side, the right side? What is happening in your paint tray? Does anyone want to share what they have observed while putting the water down? Grant, you look like you're done. Tell me what you're observing.
I'm observing that the water goes to the sides.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what's going on with mine too. Anyone else have something different?
We're going actually to the side. Like whenever you put it. Why are you so mean?
It also gets stuck on the top.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you guys all noticed in your tray, you have those kind of not arrows, but the lines in the middle. Do you guys have an observation if you think of like what if we didn't have those lines? What do you think would happen if we didn't have those lines on our trays?
It would just go all down.
Definitely. Definitely. So maybe that's something you're thinking about when we make our rainwater system. Like how can we use these lines to our advantage? How could we strategize and make that, add that to be helpful? So great observation, everyone. All right. So we're going to go through this quick video. And again, you can do things along with it or just watch it and kind of see what we're doing on here.
And if you guys want, so we're gonna start over. So if you want to carefully pour your water out of the paint tray back into the original cup, just do it carefully so you don't spill. So do that and just watch the video, okay?
Now that we have made our playground setup, we are ready to make our rainwater system. What this goal is to keep flooding away from our playground at the bottom of the paint tray. To do this, we have a bunch of different materials. One material we have is Play-Doh. You can use this and tear a little bit off to set in your paint tray to try to keep the water away from the bottom, like so. You can use any creativity you have to bunch it together, make certain shapes, set it in your paint tray to keep the water from all pooling and flooding the playground and disperse the water throughout. You have a ton of other materials as well, including cotton balls that you can set up on your paint tray, or wooden craft sticks to set on the paint tray, or many other different materials. You can use anything that you can find in your kit or around your house. We have little rocks that you can set up to try to disperse the water, or even cutting cardboard or tinfoil. So this way, when you take water for the final time and you set it up at the top of your rainwater system, you can see how the water disperses. Now you are ready to try it yourself and see how your rainwater system works.
Okay, so now what we are going to do is we're going to go in our lab notebook and we're going to go to page 13 and 14 in our notebook. And what we're going to do is we're going to write or draw some different ideas for your stormwater system. And we're just going to write what you think would be a good idea. How are you going to use all of these items? So your marbles, your Play-Doh, the popsicle sticks, everything you got, your tinfoil, what are you going to do to try to get the water to stop going down? So just take a quick minute, write down your ideas or draw how you think you're going to do this. And just remember, you can use any of the materials that you have. So your tape, your cotton balls, anything that you have.
Yeah, so while you're getting those last few, notes down, also always remember that while you're working, you can keep going back to that lab notebook and keep writing down your observations, maybe what went well, what didn't go well. That's kind of your tool that you can use to keep track of all that. So now you guys get to make your rainwater system. So you can use all the supplies you have. And what you're going to do is you're going to make your rainwater system however you think. And then you can keep doing that thing that we showed you at the beginning, where you fill the cup up with the water and you run it back and forth and you see how well did you do at diverting the water away from our playground. So you can set it up, you can do the water, you can take notes in your lab notebook. On page 14, you'll find a great place where you can put all your notes. You can say what went well and what didn't, and then you can go ahead and do it again. You can set it up kind of different or modify it and go with the water as well. So now it's your turn. So you get about 10 minutes, I believe, you get a little more time to explore and adventure. And as always, me and Alyssa will be right here. You can type questions in the chat. You can unmute yourself. You can check out what other people are doing and kind of share your ideas. So now it's your chance to explore.
All right, have fun.
About 1 more minute, engineers. You can get your last final touches on it, and then we're gonna share. But obviously, you guys, this is all your supplies to keep. So you guys get your last final touches on it now, but then you guys can keep exploring and trying new things out for the rest of tonight and all that good fun stuff. So 1 more minute. All right. I'm seeing some good rainwater systems out here. So I'm actually going to take off my screen so we can see all of your amazing creations. I will take this off now. There we go. All right. So we want to see as many of yours as possible. So if you guys want to go ahead and like unmute yourself, and then I'll spotlight you and you guys can showcase what you were thinking for your ideas.
Okay, so you can. Did you turn off the volume? Then why can't we hear what she says? Because you're supposed to.
Sorry, I was muted. Stefan, do you want to talk about yours first and what your idea was to divert the water?
Sure.
Okay.
So what I was doing was I was just building a little, like a dam right here,
Yeah,
just so I can block the water off.
I
But
like it.
I had another plan, which I could like divert the water.
Mhm.
I could have like, I had this other idea where I could like put more gutters everywhere,
Yeah.
and I could like adjust the terrain where it doesn't have to split to the sides, but split everywhere. And then maybe like a little pit at the bottom where a big collection area.
Yeah,
Or-
that's awesome. I know that we don't have that much time, but afterwards, then you can try out as many ideas as you would like.
Yeah, and I also had this other idea where it could split onto the sides and then
Okay.
flow down into a river.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
good idea.
And then just hope the river doesn't overflow.
That's good thinking of all those other, kind of consequences of when you make your rainwater system. So definitely good ideas there.
Good observations. All right. Who's next?
Michael, you want to show us?
Oh, do you want to unmute yourself?
Hello there. Michael, stop. How do I go back to a normal background?
That's a good question.
I know
I'm
how.
Oh,
You
go
can
ahead.
so where you see the video, you push the little arrow and it says choose virtual background, and then you can push none.
Where is this?
So you see in the bottom left corner where it says stop video,
Oh, choose virtual background. I see it.
and then you can push none.
There we go.
Nice. Thanks for your help.
My hand.
Okay, there we go. Mine is I'm just using the clear cup as the park, and I just put a bunch of clay around it. It's much more effective than you'd think.
Nice ideas. Kind of building like a dam around the outside of it to keep the water away.
Damn, the hand of God.
Nice. Thanks for sharing with us. Does somebody else want to share? I think we can share at least one more.
So your time out.
This is ours.
We went on for about 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't think that. And It doesn't really work, but it works. It doesn't work then. It works a little.
I mean, it's definitely, no, it is working. It's definitely stopping somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. I think we do have time. Ben, did you want to share with us yours as well?
Yes, actually. It's not much. There's a whole bunch of layers underneath. So it's pretty much like a dam wall. And I pretty much use the triangle things to my advantage. As you can see, no water is going through.
Definitely, yeah. So you could put your park
Awesome.
right there and it would say totally dry. Can you tell us what's all in is it tinfoil on the outside?
Yes.
What's all inside?
Play-Doh, wood, and that's it.
Nice. That looked awesome. You guys all did an amazing job. So we're counting down our last couple minutes together. So if you guys wanted to open up your lab notebook for our last time all together, and you can go to page 15, and you can jot down a couple of your final thoughts of how today you were like an environmental engineer. I'm gonna take this off our screen share. Oh, I am off screen share, never mind.
All right, yeah, so the top of page 15. How are you like an environmental engineer? Just quickly write down your thoughts, write down basically anything. Are you coming up with a solution of what you wish that you could have done more?
All right. And then while you guys are working on that, I'm also going to be posting a link in this chat. And this link in the chat is just a survey. If you guys could all fill that out, that would be awesome. The survey is basically just going to ask you, it's all anonymous, so it doesn't ask for your name. It's just going to ask you, how much did you enjoy our session today and tomorrow? How easy was it to do? So we can get some feedback, so we can do activities like this again. So we'll stay on here for a little bit. If everybody could click that link and you can stay on here while you fill it out and then all that. Alyssa, I think, is also going to drop her email in there again to make sure that you send any pictures of your rainwater system. If you work on it still tonight, you can send us the other ones. So there's that form link there.
And I just sent my email right now. So yeah, if you guys could take a picture of what you did or what you're gonna continue on creating later, I would really appreciate it. I would love to see the creativity that you guys have. So yeah, so after you reflect in your notebook, if you can just go click on that link and fill out that survey quick.
And yeah, and if you need to click on that survey, I know we have the big Zoom screen up. So as long as you click on that survey and you go to fill that, you guys you did an amazing job today. So we're really excited to see all your feedback on those forms. So when you get a second, fill that out. But otherwise, it was great seeing you all today.
We think you guys did an amazing job. I really like seeing everyone's different creativity. And I loved hearing all the observations and data that you guys found out about.
So yeah, I think, Alyssa, is there anything else? Any other?
Not really, but if you guys do continue on working on this, not only can you use the materials that came with the kit, but you could find anything around your house too as well if you want to do that. So
You can
just
also,
think
if you
outside
wanted
the
to,
box.
yeah, you can also like make a little playground. I don't know if you had some of that like Play-Doh left, you could maybe make a little playground and put it in your rainwater system. I see Ben's all about that. You can put it in where you think your playground should go and see how wet it gets and see if your rainwater system did a good job at keeping the water away. So
All right. But yeah, if you guys could just fill out that link, we would really appreciate it. And so we hope that we see you guys again and we're able to do more activities like this in the future and maybe in person as well.
definitely. Nice, Ben. Looking good. So yeah, and then we have our last minute. So fill out that form, but then when you guys are all good, it was great seeing you. Feel free to log off when you're all done.
Yeah, thank you. Hope you have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Michael.
Bye.